Welcome back to another Age of Empires 2 team game. Really excited to cast this one. Some familiar faces here as I'll quickly go through intros. So here in the yellow for Team 1, we have Merce playing as the Vietnamese. We're playing on Scandinavia here, so water on the outside. Lots of food around the map. A lot of food close to your town center, but no berry bushes. So a little bit different start typically, but still plenty of food on the map. And continuing on for Team 1, we have named Satchel here playing as the Vikings. His strongest civilization for sure. Typically we'll move forward with a really strong man-at-arms rush. Really a great player with militia. Always something to watch out for. And then lastly for this Team 1, Nohadon here as the Malians. I don't think we typically see Malians from Nohadon, but really a strong civ with good infantry early, and
yes.
If they're able to get to the Gebetto, the unique unit, those in mass are extremely strong. So that's Team 1. Moving to Team 2, Michael Pick in the orange playing as the Hindustanis. So the way this game was set up was that Team 1 would pick the civilizations for Team 2. Or actually, they were given, I think it was 5 civs to choose from. So of the 5, Michael Pick trying to harass a little bit. If he's not careful, he'll lose that scout. Looks like he will. Tries to commit, does not get the bill kill. 1 health. So Michael Pick did choose the Hindustanis, and then his teammate for Team 2, Goob, in the pink playing as the Dravidians. So the goal here for Team 1 was to get Team 2 in a situation where they'd be using civilizations they weren't used to playing. So we'll speed up a little bit through the Dark Age for these players. We did see 1 scout go down for Michael Pick. We actually missed. So Nohadon lost his scout earlier to this town center, and then named Satchel lost his as well, just walked right into the town center. So Goob going out early for fishing, really he's really good about staying consistent with his fishing, and we do see some chatter here from Team 2. Asking about Gulan, so they see Gulan for Michael Pick. Goob sees the bear, tries to de-aggro here. These bears are really strong, especially for Nolumville. Doing well so far, but is not quite able to keep the bear away, so he will lose a Ville. He's trying to get a second dock down. He may have to send a few more villagers there. On the other end, Nohadon already fishing. It's a really good start for him as well. Nohadon up to feudal, as everybody tries to start to head in that direction. Yeah, I get a lot of food on this map. As we see militia starting to come out for named Satchel. So we mentioned earlier, named Satchel really has the militia rush down. He's in feudal age. Typically he'll look to upgrade the man-at-arms before he attacks. So man-at-arms comes in. He led to Michael Pick's base first. Again, the bear starting to cause some problems. So, lost the scout, but at least Name Satchel knew where Michael Pick was. But he also knows where Goob is, and Goob's a lot closer. The only two scouts left on the map, kind of chilling at each other's base. And it does look like, yeah, Name Satchel is going to turn around and head for the closer opponent. So Goob's still pretty open, doesn't have a barracks at this point. Looks like he's really looking to go to the Castle Age. Probably didn't plan on doing much fighting in the Feudal Age. So now an army of 8, plus potentially a scout, with more on the way. This is now a force that will have to be dealt with, especially if Name Satchel can do a good enough job staying away from the town center. He sees it here as Michael Pick does reach the Castle Age, so really good castle time for him. And here we go. So, if you're Goob, what do you do in this situation? Well, you have to drop two Feudal Age buildings first of all to be able to click up to the Castle Age, or you can commit to trying to get archers out. So try to drop a tower, but these houses are going to get melted by the man-at-arms. So these Michael Pick will drop a castle. Yeah, they'll get through, and looks like they will deny this tower as well. Yikes. So we'll keep an eye on Goob's build count. Okay, you have the tower up now. It's not going to stay up. This is going to go down pretty quickly. Yeah, so you lose the resources there. Of course, lots of idle time here. Yeah, Goob's in trouble. What a push from Name Satchel with these man-at-arms. As Goob will continue to lose fills here. So he's trying to get fletching and then go to the archery range. So in that situation too, you can't even get the archery range until you have the barracks up, so yeah, really a hard situation to be in for Goob. And again, these man-at-arms are still on the way. Merce will hit Castle Age as well. Goob does click up and tries to escape with his vills. So yeah, a lot of pressure here. A little bit careless with some of these man-at-arms. Don't lose them under the town center, but still keeping, what's that, 15 vills in the TC when you run through is still helpful in its own way. Goob only able to get one archer out of the archery range before it goes down. So a lot of problems now for Goob. So continue to try and just hold off this pressure. Nodon to the Castle Age as well. So really just Name Satchel being the only one committed to Feudal Age, and wow, does it pay off. Meanwhile, you have Gulam coming in to the base of Noadon. And actually, we missed a lot here. He was able to get in and get some bill kills, so yeah, we'll We'll be doing a lot of back and forth here. But how do you stop this from Name Satchel? I mean, these units will continue to trickle in unless something changes. And the response seems to be from Michael Pick saying, okay, if I can stop... unfortunate. Seeing the wolves there as Goob tries to escape, but Michael Pick says, if I can stop Name Satchel at home, maybe I can slow down this rush enough to save one or maybe even both of the Team 2 players. Okay, looks like Goob will try to get to the back of Michael Pick's base. Probably the safest place at this point. And Michael Pick starting to get some kills at the base of Name Satchel. Now, Name Satchel, because of all the fighting here, I'm sure has been hearing Town Bell, or excuse me, not Town Bell, but the War Bell, probably pretty constantly. So to be fair, it would be difficult to notice this when you're so focused on what's going on. Moving forward, he does find Goob in the corner, but lose those units. Looks like he does just now recognize what's in his own base here. So down to 23 vills because of that raid. Really the perfect response from Team 2. That had to happen, otherwise, you know, Name Satchel could just basically just steamroll, just continue that production. Down to 23 vills, 14 of those are idle, and Gulam's still in your base. Now he still has the army forward. If he's able to keep applying pressure here, that'll help him as well. Okay, can't get through, but he can get hit through the corner. So Michael Pick trying to stay alive here, continuing to put on the pressure, gets one of the barracks, continues to get the bill kills. Name Satchel's base, drops a siege workshop. But these men-at-arms are going to get through, and Goob able to build the elephant archers. Now, may wonder how Goob was able to build anything in this situation. Well, he's had food, because he's got these fishing ships, and they're really untouched. There's no other navy on this side. Team 1 has fishing ships on the other side, so Goob has the food. It actually says we're so good. And now, yeah, he might be right, because the tide is totally flipped. Where Goob was almost defeated, now Name Satchel down to 18 vills. Still has the Gulam at home. Not making any units, and just lost his forward army. Meanwhile, Nohadon building the castle, the forward castle, in Michael Pick's base. As Michael Pick will try to continue to do more damage here in Name Satchel's base. These Gulam will get a few more kills, so 13 vills now for Name Satchel. Looks like we're starting to build up his cav archers and start to do some trading. Gulam pretty good against cav archers. They have enough speed and good armor to be effective there. So knights in the base now for Michael Pick. Still has Gulam, because he still has the castle, but really good timing there for Nodon. Meanwhile, Goob starting to build up again, trying to mass some siege outside of his elephant archers. And it's battle elephants and cav archers for Merce, who is moving Vils forward. And did put a defensive castle in Nodon's base. So Nodon continuing to work here in Michael Pick's base. As a castle comes in from Merce. Still a lot of pressure here in Name Satchel's base. And Goob will send in the, these are basically rams, but they're armored elephants. So what's interesting here, though, is that the Gebetto from the Malians, high attack, low health, but they're doing melee damage to these rams, so they're very effective against rams. But still, especially with Michael Pick adding to those numbers, should be able to take out this castle, and Nodon will respond by just dropping a second one. So the castle does go down, but the Gebetto here defending. Gulam looking a bit lost. So you'd think the same force that was able to take out the first castle really wouldn't have any problems here with the second, but even two Gebetto are just going to shred these armored elephants. And now Merce with another castle. So heavy pressure on Michael Pick. And again, Goob really just able to relocate and starting to build up again. Has some army trying to help defend here. And again, has the fishing ships, so food really not an issue for Goob. Has 47 on food, including those fishing ships. Will build a castle here in his old base. Name Satchel, though, with the help of Merce to clear up the Gulam, is able to start to build up as well. Wow, Merce about to hit the Imperial Age, has a ton of resources, and again has fishing ships as well, so getting that food income. And look at the Gebetto shred the rams. So Merce building up, again about to hit Imperial. Gebetto here, taking out all the rams, which will keep the castles up. Really a great game so far, as Michael Pick will try to respond with a castle of his own. So the Rattan Archers form Merce. Excuse me, these are just crossbows with some Rattan Archers mixed in. Not going to do well against Scorpions. Really not going to do well against anything that Goob has here, actually. Has armored elephants and elephant archers. So it looks like this castle will go up. Gebetto doing some damage, though. We'll get a few kills. But yeah, the castle's going to go up. Merce building the First of all, a second castle, as well as the siege workshops in the back. And Goob just slowly able to build up an army. Attack versus base. And again, of course, Rat and Archers deal pierce damage instead of melee, so take a while to take down even one armored elephant, but the battle elephants absolutely will be able to take down any of these rams. And the Mangonels now coming in for Merce. A good response to the elephant archers if you can keep them alive. And now rams coming out from Nodon. So a great push by these two players. Gonna do a lot of damage here in Michael Pick's base. Michael Pick with targets. He will target Mangonels with the town center. It actually looks like they'll be able to clear this. But still have Nodon. Trying to get this castle down. These Gebetto are really strong just in their attack. So it looks like Michael Pick will try to move forward with Gulam to take out the Gebetto. But now you're getting to numbers here for Nodon where he's just able to take out all of these units really without any problem. Yep, no problem for Nodon. Another push from Merce, who actually has some villagers up here. Found the base behind Michael Pick's base, and will drop another castle. So Merce in the Imperial Age, but we haven't seen Treb yet. And we saw the communication between Goob and Michael Pick saying that they really need to hit him. We have to get some Trebs on the field. Gulam will do some damage. We'll take some of these Mangonels out. Rat and Archers come out. Now Goob moves forward with a castle and a town center to name Satchel's old base. Has Vills out here. Has Vills moving forward here. Finding Merce's base. We'll try to drop a castle here. Merce dropping a castle in the base of Name Satchel, who is able to build up some knights now. And Merce with Arbalester. We'll also see the castle attempt here from Goob and try to stop it. And Michael Pick sending in another raid of Gulam. Meanwhile, Goob with some docks up with fire ships will try to take care of all of this food. So it looks like Merce rang the town bell because of the Gulam. Almost let this castle go up with just a few vills. We'll stop that. And back at home, for Michael Pick, another castle and some siege workshops from Nodon. Meanwhile, the castle did go up for Merce here in Goob's new base, but armored elephants immediately for Goob. That won't last long. Fire ships will continue to come out for both Merce and Goob. As Merce was able to take care of Gulam with the help of Name Satchel, who's back. So we are all over the place. What a game. Armored Elephant's still a problem for Goob. For Merce. But if he notices this, he should be able to, yeah, Onager now for Merce. He'll be able to take these down without any other support from Goob. Okay, so Goob gets wins the numbers game here with the fire galleys, and should be able to clear all of these fishing ships out. You have Gebetto in the back of the base from Michael Pick. Goob moving forward. This is Michael Pick's closest gold. But again, the relocating kind of forced the close quarters here for these two players on Team 2. Noadon still with the Gebetto doing work. 2 rams here for Michael Pick. He'll try to keep this castle alive. I don't know if this is going to cut it. Gebetto will take out any of the villagers trying to take down the rams. We'll lose the Gebettos. Will Michael Pick get the vills out to either repair or attack the rams in time? I don't know where they're going. No, castle does go down. Meanwhile, Goob was able to build some trebs, so now he's trebbing back here. Merce with some trebs, backed by some rams from named Satchel. Another castle attempt. He's able to take care of this armored elephant. That will go up as well. And again, these fire ships will be able to take care of the fishing ships down here for Team 1. Gebetto's still doing work. The back of Team 2's base. It's Arbalester now for Merce. But we're still getting a lot of pressure here from Goob. So Trebor, they actually both get a castle down as Noadon pushes further with his castles. Archery ranges now for Merce. Merce really fighting on 3, call it 4 different fronts. But under the protection of the town center and the castle, these 2 trebs from Goob are going to be able to clear out quite a bit. He'll try to move even further forward with another castle, but the Arbalester here should be able to stop that, as well as Knights and Rams from named Satchel. Meanwhile, Merce moving forward with some of the elephants through the base of Michael Pick. He'll be able to clear this out, but still, those elephants were able to do a lot of damage here and actually stop a push from Michael Pick to try and take down some of these castles. Michael Pick does get up to the Imperial Age. So Team 2 both in the Imperial Age. Goob will try to move forward here. And Merce will try to get a castle up close to this area for Goob. So Arbalester and Onagers here for Merce, as the fishing ships will continue to get attacked from Goob's fire ships. Goob will try to stop this castle from going up. This is going to be really close. I don't think Merce is going to be able to do it. 97%, 98, 99. You're kidding. Wow, 99% on this castle for Merce. Goob able to stop it from going up. But Merce now really putting the pressure on Michael Pick, who does get the trebs out. This one is just so far forward. He's going to try to back it up before it goes down. Doesn't look like, no, he won't be able to keep that up. So he'll move behind this castle and start to put pressure on Noah now. still at 99%. If you can get these two villas to just do a little bit, and it will go up, but it's already so damaged with the trebs firing on it. It's not going to do any damage. So that's a lot of stone lost for Merce. Keep looking at these Aruni swordsmen. They'd be able to do a lot of damage here if he recognized it. So again, Arbalest, not the answer to these Elfin Archers. Onagers can do well, but we'll lose those pretty quickly. Elfin Archers really hard to deal with. Really just skirms, or at this point it'd have to be elite skirm. Yeah, not much you can do against this unit. So Goob does get scouts out. He'll attack the trade line now as he continues to get rid of these fishing ships. Michael Pick was able to take out this castle, and I would imagine would be I would think his focus now is to try and build up a death ball here at home to get rid of some of this pressure from Nohadon. And now Goob with the scouts able to attack the base of Nohadon and the trade carts from Team 1. Named Satchel, you know, obviously a great initial attack from him. Really was just playing catch up for the rest of the game. Did relocate a bit to Merce's base, but really doesn't have much here now. Named Satchel will go ahead and resign as Goob moves forward. So now Michael Pick, yeah, like we thought, he's gonna try and get the rest of this treb down from Nohadon. Imperial Skirm, definitely the right decision here. And actually, he was able to clear up all of this. The back of Michael Pick's base with those skirms, and now there's trebs in the back. So now, if Michael Pick isn't careful, he could see a lot of damage here from Merce. So Goob, really good timing here. He's gonna counter in the base of Merce. As Michael Pick will continue to just mow down what's left of Noah's initial attack. And Goob now in the base of Merce. So it's skirms and battle elephants for Merce. Who is now starting to do damage in the back of Goob's base. The Gulam come in. The Gulam will do really well against these skirms. Yeah, Merce doing a great job here of keeping up pressure, but at this point now you have 5 trebs from Michael Pick, with a couple from Goob as well. Not sure where this treb's going. It's not gonna last long. So the castle's all removed by Michael Pick from Nohadon, and Nohadon with pressure from the scouts in the back, as well as the pressure here in Merce's base. Not gonna be able to build much more, so he will come in with what he has. Does Merce, and still Nohadon's Geppetto really all game have been great. Done a lot of damage. So Michael Pick will try to keep the Trebs alive. Actually, it looks like he's targeting the Geppetto with the trebuchets. More of a last life effort, I think. Michael Pick definitely not dead though. Still has the castles up to defend here and is still building the Gulam. And Merce will go ahead and resign as his base is empty at this point. So with only Noadon left, it does look like Team 2 will be able to take this win really from the jaws of defeat. And they do. Wow, what a game. Team 2, with the early pressure from Name Satchel on Goob, really just didn't look like there was any chance for them to win this. They, Goob did a great job of getting the fishing economy going. I think that kept him afloat long enough to get behind Michael Pick and just boom. And he eventually got to a point where he just couldn't be stopped, and he stretched and continued to put pressure all throughout the rest of the map. Really incredible. Michael Pick with a timely, really 2 raids. The first on Name Satchel to stop the bleeding there, and then also on Merce as well, as Merce came forward with his big push. So yeah, the name of the game here really was survival. Goob able to survive that early push, and Michael Pick able to stand strong here to protect him in the back of his base. And yeah, you'd like to see maybe Noah, Don, and Merce get to Imperial Age and build trebuchets quicker, because that really could have been an unstoppable attack with that range. So I think with that you could have seen a lot different of a game, but also, little things like if Name Satchel wasn't raided by Michael Pick, if he was able to get a Mangonel or 2 out to find Goob and finish him off to make sure he couldn't grow back and maybe take out some of these docks, I think that could have changed the game as well. Yeah, heck of a game. So many different battles. Really was just having to move all over the map to keep up with what was going on. And I'm sure I missed still some action here and there, but really a great game. Great comeback from Team 2, and looking forward to the next one.